Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I know a lot of you have been asking questions about what is going on right now with the Rio Grande, especially in Albuquerque. If you've been down to the river over the last several weeks, you will see that it is devastatingly dry right now. In fact, in my entire life, I have never seen the river completely dry. I'm actually up north right now, and as you can see, there is water flowing down some of the tributaries that head into the Rio Grande, but there's a whole constellation of factors that are affecting whether and how this water makes it to Albuquerque and the middle reach. So I want to take a moment to break it down. As many of you know, I've worked in water resources my entire career and at the nexus between science, planning, policy, and the water rights and needs of our communities. And so this is an issue that is near and dear to my heart, and I want to help explain what we see happening right now. Now, many of you know we had a very low snowpack this year up in the mountains. And if you grew up here in New Mexico like I did, you know, when we were kids, there was always snow in the mountains. And over the last several years, we've seen that snowpack go down and down and down. And that is really the signature of climate change. It's what was predicted as we started to see these declines over the last several decades. But this winter, we had record lows in terms of snowpack and precipitation, which means that the normal snow that would be melting and feeding these streams and then be able to run off and feed our fields during the spring and the summer just isn't there. And so in addition to having low runoff, we also have really dry soil right now. And so even when it is raining, a lot of that water isn't running all the way down to the main stem of the river. The second issue is that the law of the river here in New Mexico is the Rio Grande Compact. And the Rio Grande Compact was signed in the early part of the 20th century, and it governs how water is allocated across the three states that the Rio Grande crosses from: Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. And during drought times, there are requirements that water gets sent downstream, and because we are in a drought, we have requirements that require that water be sent downstream so that our neighbors to the south are also able to have water for their uses. So it's this combination of factors, including the drought, the record low snowpack, the overall changes to our hydrology, and the way in which the river is managed. And that's part of why I've spent my career working on these issues, is to try to understand how can we bring our communities together to manage our precious water in a more sustainable manner going forward. And it's part of why we're working on legislation on climate resilience and to invest in our communities to help them get through these changing times. It's why I'm leading on legislation called the Rio Grande Water Security Act, which is a bill to invest in our rivers and streams here in New Mexico and across the three states that share this river basin. It's why I've led on the Water Data Act in New Mexico, which is a bipartisan bill we passed here in New Mexico and which we hope to pass at the national level, which will transform our ability to manage water in real time, because all of these pieces are going to be essential to protect the precious waters that we know are so essential to life and to the well-being and the culture and the places that we hold so dear. So that is what is going on right now with our river, and at least up north we've got some water flowing down here in the Nambe River, but we'll see what the rains bring in the coming weeks. So that's your update, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend.